Welcome, my beautiful Virgos, my fellow Virgos. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm a Virgo Sun. My boyfriend is a Virgo Sun and Moon. By the way, this is for August 2024. I probably should have said that first. Um, this is also for those intuitively guided. Always, I feel like I just know more and more of you are being intuitively guided, and the reason why is because I really read through my spirit guides. I use the cards as just a tool to ignite my intuition. Um, and I feel like my spirit guides talk to your spirit guides. I don't feel that. I know it. So, to me, that means that a reading will reach you in divine timing. Yes, it's for August, but again, I feel like you'll just come across this reading right when you need it. And that I trust. So, anyways, you may be in love with a Virgo. Good luck. And I say that as being a Virgo. It can take a while for a Virgo to really let you in. Um, but I do feel like once they do, now I know this is not every Virgo, but I feel like once we do let you in, we let you in completely. Um, and I feel like Virgo is a very, very loyal sign. Again, I'm sure not all Virgos, but I know me, like my moral system is so high that it's almost impossible for me to cheat. Really. I mean, it just is because I couldn't live with it. But anyways, again, I know that's not all Virgos. Anyways, guys, you had, let me just say, one hell of a reading last month. Really, it was one of my favorite readings that I've done for you. And I'm just hoping this reading can even top that reading. So let's stop talking. Let's get into the reading. Let me tell you what cards we're going to use. We're going to use Mother Mary for her beautiful words of wisdom. And I'm going to take her over the reading at the end, and then we'll also read it from the book. So I'll put her up there. We are going to use the Tradivia Tarot, which is the newest deck in our family. Um, just so beautiful, so beautiful. Um, and I'm going to use them to clarify, or you guys know what I'm going to say, to go deeper. That's why the readings are long, because we do go deep. We want real solutions, just not where you're at. We want to know, how can you get to your best potential? That's what I ask my spirit guides for you. Put them right over there. And a deck that I don't use very often, but it just was calling out to me, is the Universal Tarot. So this will be your main spread. And then again, we'll bring in the Jajavir Tarot. I'm going to go ahead and bring the lid down. Okay, let's give them a couple shuffles. Everything's always pre-shuffled, but I like to shuffle them with you here also. Let's give them one more. Okay, let's give them a cut. And if you're ready, I'm ready. And what I mean by that is, I feel like when you start a tarot reading or you watch a tarot reading, take a moment just to calm your mind. Take a moment to invite your spirit guides in. Ask them for signs of confirmation. Whether they have me say a name, a number, a color, flower, whatever it may be. Trust in that. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. Well, we start with the High Priestess. This is your intuition, your higher self. It's your guiding light, really is what it is. If we look at our intuition as really a gift that was really meant to be used in this earth, on this earthly plane, it really is your guiding light. It's like your GPS. So your intuition's calling you for some reason. Let's see why. We have the Seven of Cups. Some of you are in a decision mode, trying to figure something out. You know, this means you're trying to choose a cup, but you're uncertain. This can talk about energy being somewhat chaotic, but it doesn't stop the cup, from, let's just say, entering your life. I feel like some of you, it can certainly speak about, like, I've had some of these cups before and they didn't work out in my favor. Well, that's probably why the high priestess is first and foremost. If I'm uncertain, trust that first instinct. That's really what the high priestess talks about. Your intuition is that first instinct, and then try not to overthink it. Virgo, we can certainly overthink, but this tells me that there's a cup that is entering your life, but the decision is yours, as it always is. You can say no, or you can say yes. Hmm. I'm looking at the seven and the two, which is a nine, and that can talk about reflection. Um, so maybe something, even though I don't want you to overthink it, it may be something like, if I take a moment and I reflect upon it, it will be easier to make that decision. I feel like it's something good. Don't get me wrong. But there could be something of your past that's making you a little leery. It's also number seven, and to me, it's a very spiritual number. It may be calling you to remind yourself that you are a spiritual being having human experiences. And to me, that takes a little fear out of it. If I remember that I am ultimately a spiritual being having human experiences, human adventures, human lessons, right? For why? So that my soul can expand. I often picture us, first of all, I often picture you all in the room with me, and our guides. But I also picture us like once we leave this lifetime, that, we're all going to be talking about like our different experiences that we had in this lifetime. Some of us are healers, and who knows, when we cross over, we may be talking to younger souls that are just about to take that leap into their lifetime, and our wisdom can certainly help them. We have the Fool, a new beginning, a leap of faith. It asks you to take a leap of faith. Let's talk about the Fool, because it's important to know that the Fool doesn't carry the energy of the past with them. This is about living in the present moment. It is about taking a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith on yourself. And let's just say, for whatever reason, you do choose this cup from the Seven of Cups, and, you know, you give it a shot, but then it doesn't work out. Don't forget, you can always change courses. There's not just one set course that we're on. I feel like we choose, like, which direction we want to go, and then our spirit guides just align with us. So the Fool definitely takes the wisdom of the experiences that she's had, but not the regret, not the sorrow. It's like I'm leaving the past in the past, and I am going to allow myself to have a new beginning. The Fool's looking right back at that Seven of Cups. And I feel like if for whatever reason the Fool falters, if for some reason, which I really don't feel this, but let's just say, I do choose the wrong cup. I fall off that cliff, well, your angels will be there to pick you up, to stop you from falling. And, again, if you're worried about, like, should I take this cup? Should I accept it? Ask your spirit guides to send you signs. I feel like the readings are your signs, to be honest. But also, as this starts coming towards you, certainly invite your spirit guides, and they're always active in your life. Their job is to guide you in this lifetime. Our angels need our permission. Like if you really want to, like, say you're calling in Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, please come in and help protect me, maybe against myself, but within whatever it is. Something I do when I get in my car and I go anywhere, I always invite Archangel Michael in, and like I see him sitting in, if I'm driving in the passenger seat, and I ask for his protection to and from wherever I'm going. So definitely, call them in. The Three of Cups. Okay. Wow. That's something to celebrate. This is the energy of joy, celebration. There's a lot of energy here of being in the present moment. Number one, I feel like that's important, that I'm in the present moment, right? That I let the past be where it's meant to be, in the past. When I think of the Fool, I often think of, like our soul. Um, our soul knows somewhat of the experiences that it wants to have, that we want to have. Um, but then we're born with amnesia. So that's part of the adventure, though. I feel like if you look at it from that standpoint, like, wait a minute, I'm a spiritual being. My soul already knows some things, that some of the adventures that I would like to experience. Um, and then the adventure is figuring that out, in the earthly form. But this is certainly saying there's going to be a reason for you to celebrate. They're lifting their glass like chin chin. And I often feel in the Three of Cups that I'm celebrating with, my closest friends, those who are closest to me, those who would, feel happy for me, that I even have the opportunity. All right, we have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Well, you know, a knight, this knight is about communication. It is about truth. I often feel the knights are sent by the queen or a king, and I feel like the knights will complete their mission. Whether it's accepted or not will be up to that individual. But here I come. Here I come. Some of you, it's some type of communication, whether it be like a job offer, an offer of love. But then look at this, the Ten of Pentacles. Well, perfect for Virgo. This is the house of abundance. This is a house that it really takes root. I feel like these roots have been planted probably lifetime after lifetime. Some of you could certainly talk about, I feel like some of you may be thinking about working from home, and that opportunity may show itself for you. And maybe what you're questioning is, will I be successful? Well, Ten of Pentacles would say yes. But of course, you do need to put your focus on it. And by the way, you're not alone in the Ten of Pentacles. So we'll see what that means, but you're not alone. And I often feel like the story of the Ten of Pentacles lasts longer than I do in this lifetime. Now, that can mean like I start a business or I have a business. It could be a family business. It could be something that's handed down. Oftentimes, I love the Ten of Pentacles as a Virgo. To me, it means more than the Ten of Cups because I feel like it includes not just abundance, but also harmony. It is success. Okay, under that Seven of Cups. Let's bring this up a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room. This Knight of Swords must be bringing in something, some type of communication that, again, you're going to celebrate. That I feel like that is going to give you a new start, a new beginning. It doesn't have to mean like everything in my life is changing, but something is. But again, it feels like a new opportunity. And even though in the Seven of Cups, I may be uncertain, do I accept it? Don't I? That's why your intuition is first. That's what you want to trust in. I feel like with the High Priestess and the Fool surrounding that Seven of Cups, I just feel like there's really nothing to fear. Excuse me. We have the Six of Pentacles, that fine art of give and take. Six of Pentacles to me is a very compassionate energy. It's an energy where I really do care about my fellow man, fellow woman. This is where I enjoy giving. And Virgos, we are like that. I mean, I enjoy giving. And I feel like there's definitely rewards in that. It's like good karma coming back to you. Now, I don't feel like, we give just so we can receive, but this is about learning that fine art of give and take. You know, if it's interesting because I was going to say, if some of you could have been any energy where, because really what this wants you to learn is, are you giving and receiving equally? Is it balanced? Or do you give sometimes to the wrong people? That really doesn't benefit them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know, like giving someone money that just goes out and blows it and then is right back again asking for more. But I was hesitant in even saying that because I don't really feel that right now. But I do want to say that I feel like for some of you, this is talking about like good rewards coming back your way. Under the Fool, and then the Page of Swords. Interesting, we have the Page of Swords mirroring the Knight of Swords. There is some type of communication coming your way. The Page of Swords can certainly talk about younger energy, like someone that you knew. It could be even your energy, like I was learning how to really become a good communicator. And now that I feel confident, I don't have to feel perfect in it, but confident. Now maybe I'm using that energy to speak, to communicate, again, integrity. But again, it can be also someone of the past, of course. And if that's the case, I would say then there's progression, right? From a page to a knight. I also feel page talks about what's in the atmosphere. Let me grab a drink real quick. Just getting over a cold. Okay. I'm just looking at the numbers real quick. Okay, lock him out. We're going to take him. Virgo. Soulmates. Soulmates. Now, does it have to mean love? No, it doesn't have to mean love. Because we have soulmates in all different forms. It's just like love. Love comes in all different forms. For some of you, I have a feeling it is love. But this is someone who would be on the same wavelength as you, the same vibration. You know, they're like eye to eye, equal. They're both holding that cup or a cup. I definitely feel the angel's influence over these soulmates, but it's also interesting because it's coming under the Knight of Swords, where that Knight of Swords is coming in. Like, he's coming in. And I feel like there's nothing stopping him. Hello, soulmates. A two and a two. So these twos that are mirroring each other, one is your intuition, and the other is a soulmate. But then what mirrors that? The Three of Cups, a reason to celebrate, joy. Wow, hello, Ace of Swords. So it's going to reach you. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Truth, integrity. And for some of you, that may be what the Fool's looking for. Like, I'm not interested in repeating anything of the past that was hard, that burnt me, that treated me disrespectfully. Done that, been there, door closed. And that's exactly what the Fool does. I'm living in the present moment. I'm keeping my compassionate side first and foremost. And some of you, this could certainly be a great energy of working from home. I feel like your voice has grown. You're like trusting within your voice and then using it. Some of you, maybe to make money. But then again, here's the soulmates. So some of you may be partnering up with someone. And if that's the case, it is the perfect person. You know what I mean? Like, because again, they're on the same vibration. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Two of Pentacles. Well, that puts the ball in your court, just as it should be. They call this the juggler's card. And it can mean like I have a lot of balls in the air. Do I want to add another ball? I feel like it's more about using your logical mind and not a fear based mind. But it's giving you an option. Another two, by the way. Three twos. Well, twos are all about love. And then we have the strength card, number 8, new beginning. Strength card talks about our own inner demons and, facing them, giving them a name. Because when we face them, we take the power away from, let's just say, the demon. I feel like ultimately, when I do that, it's a sense of courage. Like I come out of this energy so much stronger. It really is about power, but power within. Also, card of Leo, by the way, your neighbor, our neighbor. I also like that this 8 is mirroring a 2, a new beginning, right? But it's also 8 is a number of infinity, as above, so below, no beginning, no end. This could be something of a previous life. where maybe I have an opportunity to experience it in a different way in this lifetime. And then, well, hello, Six of Wands, victory. This is the energy of, yes, being victorious, but this is also the energy of other people really looking up to you, you know, because of action steps that you've taken. Like, how did you get there, Virgo? Well, let me tell you. Let me help you. The other six on the board is the Six of Pentacles. Again, that fine art of give and take, but it's also compassion, empathy. Six of Wands is now mirroring the Two of Cups, but also the Three of Cups. So joy, celebration. And I feel like this is saying, because the Strength card is here, for some of you, it's like you were courageous enough to really go within, figure things out. Wonder if I wondered, like, why am I fearful of like these cups or communication that comes my way? It has something to do with the past. And that's why the Fool is saying, live in the present moment, take chances, right? Seek adventure. Don't be so fearful because, I mean, it is up to you, of course, but I feel like our souls didn't come here to be, doing nothing, getting lost in the past. Like, our souls really wanted to learn how to close doors so that new doors can open. Also, if you think about how our lives run, it's usually a 9-year cycle. So every cycle, reflect back. What have I learned from that? How have I grown? Being proud of who you are, even if your life doesn't look perfect, doesn't mean it can't be, right? Doesn't mean I can't start on that adventure. This fool is definitely going to take an adventure. And I feel like the fool will listen to one's inspiration, one's intuition. So I do feel like that fool is going to grab one of those cups. And I feel like it does, it really does feel like good karma coming back to you. All right, it seems on the bottom of the deck. Well, the magician, the manifester, the fool's greatest mentor. And it's interesting, it's almost like your spiritual team, right? Saying, we're always with you. We're always here to help guide you. The magician teaches the fool that you really possess everything that you need to be successful on this next journey. It's that energy of expecting good things to happen, and therefore they do. If I expect bad things to happen, chances are they will. That's kind of the law of attraction. What intentions am I putting out into the universe? It's like the universe is supplying you with different adventures, but am I accepting them? This is also a sense of power. Look at the eight. Again, that number of infinity. Eight right here. Wow. Excuse me. All right. Let's go ahead and bring the trivia tarot right in. And let's go ahead and go deeper. Let's see where this fool's going. Not only do I think the fool is eventually heading towards his soulmate energy, but he's also heading towards the Ten of Pentacles energy. All right. So we're going to start at the beginning. But we are going to read it as a whole. Just feel like I want to look onto the magician. Look at this. Five of Cups. Interesting. And then the devil under that. Now, that could talk about a Capricorn, of course, but we certainly can talk about also temptations. Some of you could have found yourself like in a repeat pattern. You know, you kept getting tempted back to something or someone. And I'm saying that mainly because the Five of Cups is there. Five of Cups talks about any five is asking for change. If you just look at this person, they're concentrating on what they have lost. But really, when they understand, okay, we've all lost, right? We've all lost. And not everything is going to work out in our favor. But that doesn't mean we should give up. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't be surprised by what is yet to come. When this person makes that change, when they turn around, when they're no longer in that energy of like, and you know, it's hard for me to say this, but it can move into the energy as woe is me. What do they find? Two cups. They're behind them. So it's almost like making that change, even if I'm not certain about it. But I feel like the strength card may talk about like, and you know, just look at this, where the two cups is being influenced by the angels. It's like these lovers are being influenced by the devil. Someone could have had their hooks in you. Someone could have kept you away from your true love. What really was meant for you. But maybe I just had to figure that out. The magician is your power. And again, when that person from the Five of Cups turns around, there are two cups. Doesn't mean immediately. It means they're on that journey now. Well, here are those two cups. Here is the full, right? No longer concentrating on what I've lost. Instead, I'm just going to extract that wisdom. I'm going to learn from those lessons, and I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to allow the universe to surprise me. You know, it's interesting because all of a sudden I'm thinking back to like 2023. And I remember saying, like in the beginning of the year, that I felt like 2023 was going to be a year where a lot of twin flames started to come together or introduce themselves into each other's lives, so to speak. And I remember 2024 in the beginning of the year, I really felt it was all about soulmate energy. Um, and again, there's all different forms of love, but a soulmate, you know, it definitely is showing me that this is of equal vibration. So you want to think, where's my own vibration at? Am I still stuck back in that Five of Cups? Or am I saying no more? No more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. All right. I just feel like they want to come out. All right, let's take what came out first. We have, well, hello, Knight of Cups. Unexpected cup of fulfillment. That's probably why the Seven of Cups is here. Because again, it can feel chaotic. But it can feel chaotic because it's like, whoa, holy crap, what do I do? What do I do? Again, this knight's going to complete its mission. And its mission is to bring you love of some form. Right over the High Priestess. To me, that means this is energy you'll probably feel, maybe before it even arrives. Again, that may be why the Page of Swords, that's what the Page of Swords is saying. Like you're going to feel it in the atmosphere before it even reaches you. And that makes sense with the soulmate energy also. It's like, you know, I'm thinking again, like, you know, two souls saying to each other, let's let's get together in this lifetime. But really, the adventure is seeing, can we find each other? Now, they each had their own experiences, right? They each had their own, let's just say, lessons they wanted to learn so their soul could expand. And that may mean that, like, we don't meet right away. Or if we did meet, like, early on, maybe it just wasn't the right time for it to last for the rest of your lives. But I have a feeling this is talking about the rest of your lives now, especially with the Ten of Pentacles, because I definitely felt you're not alone in that energy. The Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, right underneath that. You have to trust your intuition. We have the Page of Cups. We also have a motorcycle going by. Interesting that we have the Page of Swords with the Knight of Swords. Now we have the Page of Cups with the Knight of Cups. So, yes, you could have loved in this lifetime. I definitely know that you have loved in other lifetimes. I definitely feel like this is a venture for your soul. I just need to get past the fear factor. And that's why the Fool's energy is so important. If I never take a chance, even if things have gone wrong in the past, it doesn't mean they're going to go wrong now, especially if I've learned from my experiences. But I also find it interesting, again, the Page of Cups with the Knight of Cups, the Page of Swords with the Knight of Swords. It certainly talk about younger energy and now energy that's more mature, that has evolved, let's say. This Page of Cups is also coming over the Seven of Cups. And the Page of Cups really talks about learning to love yourself. It's about that inner child. And I feel like, that's where we take the brunt of the hurt, the inner child. And that can stem the whole way back to our childhood. But these are things that we're meant to reflect upon just so we can learn from them. And listen, we can't learn everything, and maybe we're not meant to. Like, we don't want to reflect on each and every little thing. Otherwise, we spend our whole life in reflection. This is about allowing yourself to take a chance, maybe with your heart. Again, the Knight of Cups is right before that. We have Five of Wands over the Fool. Okay, well, Five of Wands is really a drama-filled type of energy, but it's a five. So that's what I wanted to change. That's probably what I wanted to leave. If it speaks about, I often feel in this energy, like if I'm expecting someone in this energy to, let's just say, apologize, to say they were wrong, chances are I'm not going to get it. But the truth of the matter is, you really don't need it, because I feel like that was your yesterday. This is about your today now. It's also, I want to say, be careful not to get caught in other people's drama. A lot of drama filled people out there, and they're more than happy to pull you into it, especially because we saw the devil, right? So I got to rise above that. And I feel like that's where the five comes in. It's mirroring the Two of Pentacles down here. So again, using that logical mind versus a fear-based mind. Understanding that sometimes people just are not going to be the way that we want them to be. Sometimes people are not going to love us the way that we deserve. But listen, at the time, we may have called them the love of our life, but yet we have yet to meet the soulmates. I feel like then you're going to be like, okay, well, that is the love of my life. This is someone who gets me, not this energy. Quite the opposite. And I want to say that there can be people who, like this cup comes in for you, right? That the Knight of Cups is promising to bring in. And again, I know a knight's going to complete their mission. And there can be people where it's like good for you, but because it's not for them, they try to talk you out of it. That's where you got to trust your intuition. Don't listen to those naysayers. Don't get caught in other people's drama. It won't serve you. And I feel like this feels like you're on a higher vibration already. So, those who want to cause drama in my life, it's like, no, thank you. I've been there. I've done that. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Successful self employment, independent nature, feeling strong within myself. This is where I know I can take care of myself. Meaning of this card is successful self employment. Coming here with the Three of Cups. I find it interesting because I feel like we're talking about your money and we're talking about love. But listen, I feel like some of you, this is about starting to see the fruits of your labor. Other people celebrating, the work that you do. Again, I feel like because you're compassionate, because you do care about your fellow man, this is success. But it's also independence. Like, I know I can stand on my own 2 feet. And I just have to say, I feel like that's the perfect time for the Knight of Cups to come in. Because when I feel strong within myself, when I know I can take care of myself, I'm much more open to the potential of a new love. Even if I had known this person before, now I don't feel like this is the person in the Five of Wands. I just want to make that clear because I feel like that's what's got to go. That's what I don't want to get pulled into. I've been there, I've done that. Trusting in yourself and your abilities. Some of you, you're finding your voice again, and it's important in the world. It's like we need it. Look at this, another nine, but the Nine of Cups. Hello. Inner harmony, fulfillment of wishes. Two beautiful nines coming out together. The Nine of Pentacles, independent success, feeling very strong within myself. And when I feel like that, it is very hard for people to pull me into their drama. I just know better. Like, I can read you 1,000 miles away. If you're drama filled, you have no room in my life. I have no room for you. I don't want you. And I feel like even if as I'm speaking those words, I feel like that's what I'm telling the universe. I'm telling divine. I'm not interested in that type of energy anymore. Some of you could have left a job because there was a lot of drama in your workplace. And maybe you were bold enough to start your own business, do your own thing. It doesn't have to mean like self-employment. That is the meaning of the card. Um, but it definitely means that you can take care of yourself financially. Now, the Fool can mean like you haven't quite reached that yet, but you're on your way. And then inner harmony and a fulfillment of a wish. Coming over the Knight of Swords. Under that Knight of Cups. Justice. Card of Libra. This is about balance. So, I have a feeling whose ever energy was in that Five of Wands, where, People who just don't back down to my way or the highway. I have a feeling you cut ties. Some of you, that may be what you're questioning right now. Should I cut those ties? Let me put it this way. If you feel unbalanced because of that, I feel like that's your answer. When justice comes out in a reading, it's about what's fair and just in your world. It's about making you whole again. And simply the cutting of ties can rebalance you. Some of you can certainly talk about a divorce coming over the Ten of Pentacles. But I just have to say, everything that's before it makes me feel like, even, let's say I had the Ten of Pentacles before, and I did have to cut ties because, again, whatever I cut ties to just feels like it was drama filled, wasn't serving me. May it kept me in a repeat pattern, all of that. And yes, maybe I lost, maybe I lost some finances. Maybe I lost some trust within myself. But I feel like this is talking about now, because I feel like when we're bold enough to cut that type of energy out of our life, I feel like balance naturally happens. The Page of Swords again. Interesting. Page of Swords coming over that Six of Wands. I'm sorry, Six of Pentacles. Excuse me. Interesting. Sitting right next to another page. I feel like there are people in our lives that when we start to do better, when opportunity starts to find us, sometimes they're jealous of that. And that can certainly explain like a narcissistic type energy. Where I don't want to give you what you need, but I'll be damned if I want to see other people give it to you. I mean, I know that energy. But I feel like too bad. Too bad. It's like you had your chance. I think I will come back at the end and look a little deeper if we need to at why we have these two pages together. First of all, you have three pages on the board. Look at this, another nine. The Nine of Wands. So this is either you, or it could be potentially someone else who did reflect. The Nine of Wands, I feel like I call my spirit warrior, because first of all, they don't get stuck in the reflection, but they do look back at their lives. They do look back and understand, like, first of all, what I've been through, but I'm looking at it in a different light. I'm seeing how I have grown from it. Things that I've overcome that maybe I didn't think I could, but I did. And I'm being proud of that. This can certainly talk about someone else also with all these pages on the board. Someone who has grown, who has reflected. Now, again, I do not think it's anyone who is in that Five of Wands energy, because I just don't feel that type of energy. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of change in that energy, because I feel like they don't even feel they're like they did anything wrong. Well, that's what they speak. But anyways, three nines, Nine of Pentacles, independent success, feeling strong within yourself. The Nine of Cups, inner harmony, and a fulfillment of a wish. Nine of Wands, I know who I am now. I know my power, my strength. And once I know that, nobody can take that away from me. They can try, but they won't be successful. Wow. Whole block came out. We're going to take them. We have the Eight of Wands. Okay, well, some of you are manifesting someone you don't even know it. This is the energy of what I think about, I bring about. To me it's like the law of attraction. And maybe I do want to think about what I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? So when I put those intentions out there, I'm pretty clear. But then I hand it over to divine. So when I say I'm clear, it's like, let's say this is talking about love. Well, let's just talk about the portion of love because I feel like it's talking about life. But, I'm putting out, first of all, I feel like that Five of Wands over the Fool would definitely tell me that I have learned what I know, like the energy I do not want in my life. And that's an important lesson to learn. And sometimes we do have to go through difficult experiences to really figure that out. Eight of Wands is also fast moving energy right over the soulmates. And another eight. And it's mirroring that Knight of Cups. This is reminding me a little bit of Leo's reading because I really felt like their subconscious mind was manifesting love that in a way I feel like they didn't even know it. And the same may hold true for you. But in a way I feel like I am telling divine like if love is going to find me again, then I really want it to be of the highest vibration possible. And if that's the case, I do need to think about my own vibration because the law of attraction is going to meet you right where you're at. I feel like with all these nines, justice, cutting of ties, the Fool leaving the past in the past, I feel like your vibration is so much higher. Eight, new beginning, right over the soulmates. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Wow. Seven of Pentacles, its first lesson is patience. Patience, my child. Why? Well, because it is mirroring the Seven of Cups. So, maybe though the Fool does take a leap of faith, it doesn't mean you have to jump right into something. Maybe I'm going to just go on a date. And I feel like, and pay attention. Like, pay attention to how that person treats other people. That'll give you a clue. Coming over the Ace of Swords, though. And the Seven of Pentacles, to me, is really, and it's like your soul seeds that were planted before you came into this lifetime. Now, some of these seeds were planted in this lifetime. But coming over the Ace of Swords, to me, it feels like your truth. I certainly feel like there's some type of communication that's coming your way. And then the Knight of Cups, a cup of fulfillment coming your way. And it is mirroring that Three of Cups. So I don't feel like you have anything to fear because it's talking about joy and then really rejoicing in that. Seven of Pentacles. It's like the beginning of this story where I was saying there were two soulmates before they came into this lifetime. Said, let's find each other in this lifetime. Let's also go through our own experiences and the adventure of, I feel like to a soul, this is an adventurous act. Like, can we find each other? Will we find each other? I feel like the answer is yes. Hello, Fool again. Now the Fool's coming over the Two of Pentacles. So it's interesting that the Fool's mirroring the Fool. Could certainly talk about two different people in the same vibration. Could talk about two people who may have been previously connected to someone else who are now free. I feel like the Fool is free. I feel free. Freedom from my thoughts, freedom from the past, freedom from hardships, and the beginning of what I feel is going to be something wonderful. Coming over the Two of Pentacles, I feel like it's answering the question, do I or don't I? Definitely feel like you're saying yes. And potentially someone else is saying the same thing. You have some mirroring energy going on here. The Death card. First of all, this is a card of Scorpio. But it's coming over the Strength card. So that deep dive within, really learning who I am, how much I've grown, right? Because you're coming out victorious. So that willingness, that courage to look within, to know oneself, and then coming out of that energy, not just victorious, but courageous. The Death card talks about doors closing, but that's so new doors can open. It is about a rebirth. I feel like part of our life lessons, our soul lessons, is learning that, yes, there will be doors that need to be closed. And we may not want to close all those doors, but that might be our human mind. Our soul would be like, close that door, close that door. Let's usher in what's new. Because when that door is closed, a new door will always open. That's what the Death card signifies, death slash rebirth. Rebirth. We have the moon. Um, we just had the full moon. I'm trying to think. I feel like it was in Capricorn, but I could be wrong, so don't hold me to that. But it could certainly talk about moon cycles. The moon is card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. It can talk about uncertainties for sure. Let that bike go by. But it's also very dreamy type energy. And then, well, hello, star. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. You know, I feel like maybe in the beginning of the reading, we were planting those seeds, or, when I say plant, I do feel like some of these seeds have already been planted. I feel like it's just now harvest time. So, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, but it's about manifesting them, bringing them into your reality. Virgo. Something quite dreamy is in the works for you. And that may be why the Death card, again, is saying, closing the door probably to that Five of Wands. Drama. Bye bye. Narcissistic. Get out. Won't apologize. No problem. I'm going to go and build my own life. And I feel like when you say that, you just might be amazed at what's going to find you. It is part of your dream. It is your wish. But it's also about manifesting it. The Magician is the perfect energy to have on the bottom of the deck right now. Because the Magician does teach the Fool. You can manifest the life of your dreams. It's also interesting is the Magician is the Fool's first mentor along the journey of the Tarot, and the High Priestess is the second. So the Magician teaches the Fool, you already possess everything you need to be successful for these dreams to come true. And the High Priestess would say, trust your intuition. I am your GPS in this lifetime. I was given to you. It's just a natural part of who you are. But a lot of times we can shut it down, second guess it. Now I feel the power of this magician. And again, the eights that we're receiving, with the eight right above the magician's head, infinity. I feel like if this was a soul's quest to see if we could find each other, oh, we're finding each other. It just feels like divine timing, the right time. And it does feel like maybe both the soulmates needed to clear previous energy, needed to really be able to trust within themselves. Saying goodbye to drama doesn't promise that, you know, again, if this is speaking of love, which I know it is, but it's speaking about more than love. But let's just take the love portion of it. It doesn't guarantee us everything will be perfect. But because we're both of a higher vibrational energy now, just means we're trusting in our own energy. I feel like there's nothing to fear. Like, it doesn't mean that, like, we won't have little arguments. Many of you know Sam and I's story, and listen, we still argue, but we're definitely meant to be together. And it did take a while, right? You guys know it took 40 years after the fact. But now we're living together. We're in union. So, and I feel like I tell my story so much because I feel like for many, you may think, oh, it's not going to happen to me. Well, I didn't think it was going to happen to me. Everything was completely unexpected, but nonetheless, it happened. And when did it happen? Right when 2 weeks after I cut ties with someone. 2 weeks. Telephone rings. You have all these swords, but they're all good swords. It's like communication's going to read you or reach you, and what does it bring you? Nine of Cups, inner harmony, a fulfillment of a wish. The Knight of Cups is coming in unexpectedly. And what does it consist of? The soulmates. But I feel like some of you, this is what you've been trying to manifest anyways, whether you know that or not. It may just simply be like, because I've been working on myself, because I've been raising my own vibration, because if you think about the law of attraction, the universe must meet you right where you're at. And if I'm in a lower vibration of energy, if I'm stuck in someone's web down here, and I think that I can't set myself free, chances are I'm going to keep getting pulled into that. But when I see it for what it really is, when I know my own worth, then in a way I'm setting myself free. And it just makes sense that this would start to find you. It's almost like you don't even have to look for it. It's just gonna happen. I feel like this is gonna be the beginning of a great month for you. And I'm saying the beginning because I feel like this is energy that's gonna last a lifetime. Nine of Pentacles. Independent success. Doesn't have to mean you're rich. Just means that you feel good on your own 2 feet. But it does move into the Ten of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups, inner harmony, but then a fulfillment of a wish. Well, there's that Knight of Cups. And how did I find that inner harmony? Probably through the Nine of Wands. That reflection. And then the Death card. And then I closed the door. I've extracted the wisdom. And then I shut that door. And maybe I lock it and throw away the key. What's meant to find you will find you. It's just, will you be open to it? I feel like because we have two fools here, it is speaking about the soulmate. So I feel like both would be free, at least in their mind. Doesn't necessarily mean like, one can't still be in a relationship, but I feel like they would have at least one foot out the door already. I feel like you're gonna fall in love. I feel like your life is about to change. But what I want you to remember, this is not about magic. You know, this is about like, how do I reach this energy? How does this energy reach me? It's like because the universe knows you're now ready for it. You're no longer accepting other people's drama, but you did have to go through that. It's probably a lesson learned. You did have to cut ties, but what did that bring you? Balance. And now I feel like the Seven of Pentacles, which to me is your tree of life. Like these seeds are ready to be picked. It is harvest time. It is harvest time. Okay. Wow. Um, I think what I want to do is just take one round and just kind of go right across the middle of the reading because I just kind of feel like I don't really need clarity. Look at that, the Page of Pentacles, another page. This page is really about a path of knowledge, learning, and growing. And that would make sense. Some of you, it is about like something, you could have went to school for, and maybe it was put on the back burner. Some of you, it's something creative that, again, may have been put on the back burner for a period of time, but now it's coming to the front burner. It's looking at life and understanding that, again, I'm learning and growing as I go. Definitely feel like this is connecting the pages. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands. Can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We do have Leo. We do have Aquarius. But to me, that doesn't really matter. To me, this is the Queen of Action. This is someone who follows her inspiration, and thinks about it later. What's that saying? I can't ever think of something when I want to think of it. It's like that saying of, like taking action and asking for forgiveness later. I know I'm not saying it right, but this is someone who does listen to her intuition. She follows her desires. And I do feel like it's you. And I say that because we're really, we really carry we're all connected. We're all soul connected. We have, well, hello, the Knight of Swords again. And then the Two of Swords. Two swords. Well, that's a little bit of a fear-based energy. Which is interesting because it really doesn't feel like it fits at this point. But then again, that is life. I don't feel like, this could be the potential of blocking an opportunity. In the Two of Swords, I feel like there can be a blindfold on. Something I may just be afraid to face, but it definitely serves me to face it. Again, it's looking fear in the face. Some of you, I feel like it just might be like, holy shit, this is really happening. This is really happening. And even though I may want it, I feel like our human mind would, you know, it just makes sense to me. Our human mind may raise like a little bit of fear for a moment. I don't feel like it'll last. I do feel that. I feel like it's just a little bit of like, whoa, holy crap, here it is. Okay, well, I'm not going to leave it on that. So let's just go right below that. You know, it's interesting because I'm not really even worried about it because I feel like this is something that you could very quickly overcome. Um, you know, it almost feels to me like butterflies. You know, it's reminding me of the day that Sam called me. It's like, holy shit, didn't expect it. Was a little fearful of it, but also is quite excited. Some of you could certainly talk about an opportunity. And listen, this opportunity may require some type of change, and that can be a little fearful. But look at this, the Three of Wands. So, Three of Wands is an optimistic view. It really is a change of energy. It's a change of looking at things. You know, yes, fear can raise its ugly head, but I feel like it's just for a moment. And then the Three of Wands, optimism. This is someone who says, you know what? I'm going to live in the present moment. And I'm going to trust whatever ships that are meant to come in for me, whatever blessings that are meant to come in for me, that they will. This really is the energy if I expect good things to happen. And then they do. And then they do. Optimism. It's contagious. It is the way to manifest from. It's the perfect energy to manifest from. It is living in the present moment, right? Maybe what this is saying is if you have any fear about any of these opportunities, take it day by day. Like, I don't always need to know from day one, like, is this going to go to the Ten of Pentacles? Because if it's not going to go to the Ten of Pentacles, I'm out of here. Well, maybe you're not meant to know that yet, right? Maybe this is about the experiences that you're going to have up until then and then on. This is just allowing yourself to enjoy what the universe is trying to supply you. Some of you, I feel like it's saying, you know, this is about, again, giving up control of like, you know, exactly when these ships must reach me and just knowing that they will. You know, it's like, listen, I've cleared past energy. I've cut ties. I'm no longer accepting, you know, drama filled people or energy. And I've learned, and I am going to allow myself to live in the present moment and have these experiences. They're only positive. And each ship, because there's more than one ship. I don't know if you can see it on this one. Well, I guess those are ships. I don't know. But normally you'll see like, you know, three or four ships that are heading towards the shore. And the person standing at the shore. You know, it's like I can see it. And it's okay that they haven't reached me yet because I know in divine timing they will. But I feel like this is about something that has reached you or is about to reach you. And again, I feel like that energy of like, you know, I don't need to say right off the bat, like, okay, is this going to go the whole way? Well, maybe we're creating it as we go. It's really having joy in your life. And that's what the Three of Cups says in the very beginning of this reading. A reason to celebrate. And then you have the Nine of Cups, fulfillment of wishes. And then you literally have the Star, which is the fulfillment of wishes. Eight of Wands. It may move fast. It may not. But either one, I don't feel like either one is wrong. Death card. I close that door, and I'll be damned. A new door opened. Look at this. Look at my life now. Your greatest mentors are here to help you along this journey. In other words, trusting divine. If I'm uncertain, let's say in that Two of Swords, certainly ask your spirit guides. Like, give me a sign. But then trust those signs. Because again, as a Virgo, we can overthink. I know I used to overthink all the time. Now I completely trust in my intuition. I just do. And maybe it's because what I do for a living now, it's really taught me so much about my spirituality, so much about who I am, who we are. And, I just know through my life, like many times, like different situations, you think, that's it. My life is over. But then time keeps moving. And then something new opens up. And you're like, wow, this is one hell of a reading, Virgo. It's interesting because I went into this reading thinking, can we top last month's reading? I think we just did. And I do feel like this is a lifetime. August may be when we start to see some things ushering in. Again, I feel like some of the energy, I'm going to feel it before it even reaches me. And that is your intuition. That's your spirit guides. That's a combination of all. Divine. All right, let's take Mother Mary over this beautiful reading. I'm going to do a shuffle real quick. Do a cut to introduce into the reading. And then Mother Mary, what say you? With these beautiful Virgos. Look at this. Patience. Patience. I trust in divine timing. That's what the person in the Three of Wands is doing. I just trust in divine timing. I just trust. It is telling you that divine is very active in this energy. What's meant to be is meant to be. And I feel like not only is it talking about success for you, but again, love, but not just any old love, soulmate love. Two fools who have cleared previous energy are now on the path of finding each other. I feel like just as they planned it. Wow. Hello, love. Love. I trust in divine timing. And then love. Love is the answer to all of my questions. Love, 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 love. Talking about love, love, love. Divine timing, love, Knight of Cups, unexpected couple fulfillment. That might be a little bit of why divine is saying, just trust in divine timing. Trust that all good things can come together. And patience reminds me of temperance, where I feel like temperance is really the one who's responsible of making sure both the soulmates' cups are equally filled, that they're balanced. And again, they each had their own experiences to go through, lessons to learn. But I feel like many of you, it's like you're so compassionate. And I feel like this is about like good rewards coming your way. It's the fruit of your labors. It's harvest time. It's harvest time. And this, my friends, feels like for the rest of your lives. Amen. Amen. I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. Um, you know, all I can say is amen. Loved it. Don't skip over the lessons within a reading because a lot of people be like, "Oh, Sandy, you always talk about love and this and that." Well, I do feel like, I feel like there are more than one. We do have more than one lover in our lives. We do have more than one opportunity in our lives. But it's how do I get to the next stage where I can really manifest in the highest of energy? I myself need to be there. And I feel like these soulmates, I feel like they each wanted to have their own experiences. They each wanted to come to this independent energy. And then it just feels like the perfect timing, divine timing, love. Amen. I love you guys. Thank you as always. Um, you're one of the biggest supporters of my channel. And I have so much gratitude for you, for everyone, but I really have a lot of gratitude for you. And I thank you how you support this channel. I, I've been saying lately, like your comments, I feel like your comments are other people's saving grace. It's because some are still back, let's just say within that trauma, but you've found your way out and then you write about it. And those who are still stuck be like, they read these comments and they're like, okay, maybe I just think I'm stuck. Maybe that's an illusion. Look at how everybody else found their way. Not everybody, because, different people are going to be in different places. But I do feel like, again, the Ace of Swords, your truth. And I feel like when you speak it, I've been saying this lately, but I feel it to my core. I feel like when you speak your truth through the comments, you are saving another's life. You don't always know that, but like in the Six of Pentacles, that beautiful energy of compassion, you don't even need to know it, and I feel like good rewards are coming back to you. You deserve them. You deserve them. I love you guys. I thank you. And again, I'm going to say amen. I'll see you next time at our table, guys. Bye bye. Oh, by the way, I just want to let you know why I have not been live. It feels like in forever. I don't have air conditioning in the office, and though it's starting to get a little cooler, I would melt. So I am waiting for like let's just say a day in the 70s, early 80s, where I'll go live again. And when I say live, for those who are new, by the way, if you're new, welcome to our soul family. The lives, just where you can go on, you can ask me any questions you want, anything. And I answer them the best that I can. And it's really something I love doing. But when I go live, I'm usually live for like 4 to 6 hours. And that's why I need the temperature to be, you know, a little cooler than it's been. Anyways, guys, I love you. I will see you next time at our table. Bye bye.